welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sean and I'm back for another video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a letter that was sent to me from one of you. And if you've watched several of these videos before, you already know it's going to be good, so go ahead and thumbs up. Become part of the notification gang by clicking that little bell right next to the subscribe button. And if you're brand new to my channel, welcome. Go ahead and subscribe. I'm sure you're going to have a great time here. And if you would like to further support the movement, consider purchasing one of my books. I've written 3. The first one is called The Dating Game: How to Find Yourself While Looking for Mr. Right. My second book is called Breaking the Man Code: The Key to Unlocking His Heart. And my third book is called Getting Unstuck: How to Create the Life You've Always Wanted to Live. I'll link all 3 of my books below. They're available on Amazon, Kindle, and BarnesandNoble.com. And on August 11th, I'm going to be taking a big bite out of the Big Apple. My Single in the City brunch is going to be in New York City on August 11th. Be sure to watch the video that I have for that. Click the little I right here to watch the announcement video, and be sure to look in the description box for all the ticket information as well. So now that we have all the housekeeping things out of the way, let's get started with today's video. Let's go get him. I was with Mr. X for almost 10 years. During those 10 years, we lived together, had a child, and became a family with my son from a previous relationship and his daughter from a previous relationship. When we got together, I was 21 and emotionally immature. I didn't know how to express my anger in a healthy way. I acted out and said some of the most horrible things no woman should ever say to a man. I was terrible, and I hurt him deeply. After some time, reflection, and growth, I changed my reckless ways and apologized to Mr. X. But no matter how much I tried, Mr. X was still cold and distant. He stayed that way for the last 8 years of our relationship. Mr. X held on to every negative thing I ever said and used it to harden his heart and dictate every aspect of our relationship. It was brutal. The disrespect, the neglect, the insults, and horrible arguments. This happened when we were alone and in front of our kids. We hardly had sex. He no longer looked at me or paid me any attention. Worst of all, he actually told me to get out and that he was much happier when I wasn't around and that he'd never marry me and we had no future. The icing on the cake is when he told me that he would never change. Most people would have packed their things and ran out the door, but I stayed. I stayed because I loved him. I stayed because of the kids. I stayed because of my pride. I stayed because I was afraid of giving another woman what I've been wanting all these years. I stayed because I was determined to keep my family together. I'm gonna get you. In 2015, I started a new job. While at the job, I met Mr. Z. Okay. He was amazing, kind, patient, funny, talented, and motivated. I should have kept my distance, but I was drawn to him like a moth to a flame. He just made me feel good. The way he talked to me, the way he treated me, I felt beautiful, sexy, and wanted. I loved how he made me laugh and how he changed his lifestyle just to please me. He wanted to be everything to me. He wanted to make me his wife. He wanted to give me what I was longing for. It was hard. The lies, sneaking around, balancing time, feeling guilty. I tried to walk away so many times, but I was in deep. I even told him, go, stop wasting your time. Go be happy with someone who can give you 100% of themselves. But he refused. He loved me and he would wait for the day that he would make me his wife. This went on for 2 years. I loved Mr. Z and I knew for a fact that he loved me. But a part of me still had hope for Mr. X. I still treated him with love, did all the things a woman should do for a man. I still tried to fix our relationship. Mr. X still pushed me away. He not only said how he felt about me, he showed it too. In 2017, I got a new job, a better job. I found the strength and confidence. I moved me and my kids into a nice 3-bedroom apartment. I did it. I gave Mr. X exactly what he'd been basically begging me to do. In fact, I gave him a 30-day notice, and when I was leaving, his response to me was,
I'll be counting down the days.
3 weeks after I moved out, Mr. X made a few attempts to get back together. He expressed how he missed me, how he loved me, he wanted to make things work. Can you believe that? I couldn't, and I was not interested in anything like that. Besides, I was focusing on my future with Mr. Z. I was not interested in giving Mr. X any more of my precious years. So months after leaving, I decided to slowly bring Mr. Z around. He basically knew my kids through me and I couldn't wait for them to meet him. I introduced him at a barbecue that I had a few friends over and their kids. I introduced him as a friend. My kids immediately liked him. The connection was almost instant. The second time Mr. Z came around was great. We all had a good time, but this time Mr. X found out about Mr. Z via my daughter, who was just innocently telling him about her day. Mr. X lost it, not angrily, but emotionally. He also did some Facebook investigating and discovered I'd been seeing Mr. Z for 2 years. He poured out his heart, and I mean poured. I had only ever seen this man cry 2 times and I was never the reason. He expressed how he loved me and how he took me for granted. He said he was wrong and stupid and that he was willing to give me everything that I had been wanting. He said he knows that he pushed me into the arms of Mr. Z and he was willing to forgive me. He begged me and continues to beg me and express his love. He says that he just wants his family back. This has confused my heart in the worst way. Here I am living my life, moving on, honestly believing this man hated me. I accepted it. I had to accept that he didn't want me and that we were done. If I didn't accept that, I wouldn't have been able to walk out the door. I've never been so emotional in my life. I'm going to summarize it from here because this is the longest letter I have ever gotten. She's gone for the record. But anyway, she goes on to say that, she's not sure if she should give him another chance for the sake of her family, that he's always supported them financially regardless of how he ever treated them. He always makes sure that she and her children never went without, and that she really doesn't know what to do. She's got this good guy on the one hand who's done nothing but been there for her, supporting her, wants a future with her, wants to marry her, wants to give her everything this other guy didn't, but she still feels love and even a sense of obligation for the father of her children. She wants to know, what should she do? So first and foremost, I definitely think that you should pray about your situation and ask God to give you guidance about what's the best decision for you, but I'm still going to give you my opinion. Honestly, there is no way. There is no way after he wasted 8 years of my life while I'm trying to do the right thing and he's dogging me out and mistreating me for all that long time, arguing with me in front of my kids and all of that. He was bitter. I don't know if the reason why he wants you back is genuinely because of love or because of the fact that he can't stand to see you happy with somebody else. He had his chance, in my opinion. He had 8 long years to show you what he can do, because now if you let go of this other guy, which of course I gotta tell you that you were wrong for cheating, but I'm sure you already know that. But if you let go of that guy just to go back to him and he dogs you out again, you're gonna feel crazy. There is no way that I would pass up on an opportunity to be with somebody who is treating me right, who wants to love me the way that I deserve to be loved, to give him another chance. Because for me, if you did go back to him, you have to give it some time to see if he really has changed. So how many more years does he get? Like, I just feel like life is too short, and that's too big of a chunk of my life to dedicate to somebody's whim. You mentioned in your letter that one of the reasons why you're considering staying is because of the family. You made it seem like it was a happy family, but that's not the way that you made it sound in the letter. You were saying that you guys were having knockdown, drag-out fights, horrible fights in front of the children. Isn't it healthier for you and your children to be away from that toxic energy? I'm honestly not sure what his motives are. If this isn't just a jealousy thing or his male ego, that he wants to show that he's better than this other guy. Who knows? It may have nothing to do with you. He may have seen the other guy and was like, this is who she chose. I'm better than that. But he had his chance to be better than that. Why would you pass up current happiness to go back to past pain? That's what I would like to know. Just because you guys have kids together doesn't mean that being together is the healthiest or the best thing for your children. You said that Mr. Z is a nice guy. Why not see where this goes? If that other relationship is meant to be, he'll be there if y'all get done. If it doesn't work out between you and this good guy, allow yourself a chance to be happy. Look at how much better you're doing without him. You sound like you're finally getting things on track. You got a better job. You got a nice 3-bedroom apartment. You guys are having family barbecues and all of that. You are finally living life on your own terms. Why go back to that? You said it was brutal and he dictated everything. You don't want it. Why would you go back to that? On the hopes that maybe he's changed? You don't even know if he has. It's too big of a risk, in my opinion. Don't get caught up in the fact that he's finally offering you something that you've begged for, hoped for, and prayed for years. You still have no tangible proof that he really is this changed man. You're finally happy. Allow yourself to be happy. Don't let the fact that you guys have a past and you have children make you feel obligated to give this man a chance. You've given him 8 years worth of chances. It's okay with being the one that got away. There's so many women that I talk to and that I coach who are stuck in dead relationships. And when I talk to them, they can tell me the exact moment when the relationship died. Why are you trying to resuscitate a dead relationship? If it's dead, you gotta call it. Move on. You said in your letter that one of the reasons why you stayed and why you stayed so long is because you didn't want to, wait him out and all of a sudden he's this changed man and somebody else gets to enjoy the benefit. If you truly do appreciate and really love and want to nourish what you have with this new guy, then you have to be okay with him moving on. Like, if you still love him and still want it to work, and you ready to give him a chance, that's on you. But in my opinion, he's had 8 years worth of chances, and it's too little and it's too late. I've moved on. Let me be happy. Of course I want to co-parent with you in a healthy way, but he was willing to punish you for the rest of your life. It wasn't until you wised up. People don't realize that. Men, regardless of what they say, they respect women with standards. As soon as a woman shows her standards, that's when a man starts respecting you again. As soon as he realized that he could lose you, that's when he wants to change. A man should never feel like there is nothing he could do, nothing that he could say that would make you leave. He should always know that there is a chance. No matter if you're engaged, you have a fiance, a boyfriend, there should always be standards in place. This is what I will tolerate and this is what I would not. As soon as you started showing him that you had some standards, here he comes, running, ready to do whatever you wanted him to do. And I want that to be a lesson to those of you out there who are struggling to uphold your standards. Men respect standards. I talk about it in my second book, Breaking the Man Code. Standards aren't something that you can, do for a little while and then fall off. Once you fall off, and once he realizes that your standards aren't even important to you, it's going to be hard for him to respect you. Confidence is sexy to a man. The fact that you had the confidence to leave, get your own place, get a better job, now he wants that. That's the you that he always wanted you to be. But when you started getting all meek and mild and letting him do whatever he wanted, he stopped respecting you. I'm not sure he stopped loving you, but he stopped respecting you. And now that you're holding yourself and carrying yourself like a respectable woman, he wants to be back in your life again. This is the you that he always wanted you to be. Not the you that didn't know how to process her anger in a healthy way, but the one that was confident, the one that said, this is what I want and this is what I don't want. I want this to be a lesson to all of you out there. When you have standards, that's when they start running. When a man truly wants to be with you, he will rise to the level of your standards. You don't have to lower them. Like I said, he will rise to the level of your standards. As soon as she started respecting herself, valuing herself, realizing her self-worth, here he comes like a dog with his tail between his legs, begging for another chance. Now he's finally the man that she always wanted him to be. This is who he could have been if she had showed her standards a long time ago. Never lower your standards to be with someone. If they really want to be with you, they'll rise up to meet your standards. And if they truly love you, they'll even exceed your standards. They'll give you even more than what you asked for. They'll over-deliver. So do I think you should go back to that man? Absolutely not. This is the best thing that you can do for him. It taught him a valuable lesson because he knows, man, I really screwed up with this woman. When he gets to somebody else, yes, he might be a better man, but who cares? He wasn't that man for you. And it's too risky to give up this good happiness that you feel right now to go back to him and give him yet another chance to waste your time. What is he really begging for? A chance to be with you or another chance to waste your time? This man is making you happy and he's never made you doubt what you mean to him. Why go back to that? Why go back to, you said that you're doing it for the sake of your children, but your children, all they ever saw you guys do was fight. Isn't this healthier? To see mommy being respected? It's never too late. Now your children are finally seeing that mommy respect herself enough that she left and she found her somebody who would treat her the way that she deserves. Leaving him was actually what was best for your children. Because now they respect you even more. And hopefully in the long run, this will teach them to respect themselves more. Alright, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Be sure to thumbs up if you did. And if you want to hear more of my thoughts on life and love, be sure to purchase one of my books. The first one is called The Dating Game, How to Find Yourself While Looking for Mr. Right. My second book is called Breaking the Man Code, The Key to Unlocking His Heart. And my third book is called Getting Unstuck, How to Create the Life You've Always Wanted to Live. All three of my books will be linked below. You can find them on Amazon, Kindle, and BarnesandNoble.com. And if you're going to be in the New York City area on August 11th, consider coming to my Single in the City brunch, which I'm going to be holding in NYC. Be sure to look in the description box for the announcement video and also for the link to purchase your tickets. I cannot wait to see you guys in the Big Apple. I love you guys. I'll see you all in the next video. Till next time, later divas and dudes. Deuces, honey.